Broadcasting live from the Business RadioX studios in Atlanta, Georgia, it's time for On the Money, presented by Embassy National Bank.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to this week's edition of On the Money, the #1 small business show on Business RadioX. We're real proud of the numbers that we've seen this year. On the Money is presented by Embassy National Bank, a nationally chartered financial institution whose deposits are insured by the FDIC. On this show, as you know, we discuss topics designed to help small businesses succeed, because at Embassy National Bank, we're proud of how we help small business. I'm Joe Moss, your host, the president over at the bank, and welcome to the new Sonesta Subaru Gwinnett studio, which we are very happy to be in today. We've got our holiday show today. So today we're going to celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, a belated celebration of Diwali.
Festivus.
Huh?
Festivus.
Festivus, okay.
For the rest of us.
For the rest, and then, and a belated Thanksgiving to everybody. So happy Thanksgiving. But anyway, so we're gonna talk business for a little bit, but we've got a real special treat. Alan Schaefer, who's been on our guest before, who runs the show, the company and CEO of Banding People Together. Hi, Alan.
Hey.
Glad you're here.
I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Good. And Rob Kuehl.
Yes, sir.
And CEO of Maier America, which is a distributor of German products here in the U.S. So I'm glad both of you guys are here. If you remember the last couple of shows that we did with these gentlemen, we found out that they were both musicians, very good ones. In fact, Alan is the lead person in a group called 5 Star Iris.
Yeah, Iris, yes.
So if you go on Google Play, you can hear it, and it's actually very, very good music. And
happy to exceed expectations for you, man.
But now he's in the business world, and from what I can tell, having a good time. So, all right. So the first 15 minutes, we're going to talk a little bit of business, and then we're going to have fun. This is a holiday show.
Are you
right?
saying business can't be fun?
It can be fun.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
It's interesting, but
Yes.
what we're going to do afterwards is we're going to go from the left side over. No, I'm sorry. We're going to go from the right side over to the left side. No, the other way
we're
around.
gonna go yes.
Yeah, left side over to the right side.
There it is.
So, which is fun to do, as you know.
Oh, yeah.
As you know. Okay, let's start. Alan, just keeping it light. What have you been up to?
Well, since the last time I saw you, I've been on a lot of airplanes, thankfully, and solving the problem of collaborative insanity in organizations, that idea that you can tell people to work together better and that they can actually do it. And so there's 3 reasons why it's, I think, insane. No one's ever really been taught. There's no rules of the road, so there's collaborative car crashes going on 24/7. And because there's no rules of the road, it's completely subjective. So from a business perspective, it keeps us busy. Yeah. And I was going to say the other thing, in the spirit of being as cliched as the day is long, the last time I was here, I was retired from music, and they sucked me back in. I did a show with a friend of mine, Andrew Loggins, at the Music Authority up in Cumming, Georgia.
Yeah. And
that sort of got me back into it. And next thing I knew, a few weeks ago, I was sitting around with the original members of 5 Star Iris, who they're the ones. It was the implosion of that led me to start my company. So there's this, not to sound dramatic, but maybe a little redemption. I was like...
so the implosion, but now everybody has gotten back together. So I guess that's good news.
Yeah, and they can't believe that I'm in the business of teaching people how to be cool to each other relative to some of my behavior in the band.
Well, good.
It's quite ironic.
Well, you said in our show that you had been kind of working on that as a result of putting your company together.
Yeah, that was the catalyst.
You said you were a different person in the company as you were in the band.
Oh yeah, I now get to show up as my wiser self. There you
go.
So it's a cool thing.
So, Rob, what's been going on with you?
Very similar, traveling quite a bit on lots of airplanes and visiting customers, going to lots of meetings, closing deals. Been working extremely hard, changing culture, building teamwork, helping people to succeed in our company, our little company. Hired quite a few new salespeople who will be helping expand our business and grow our territories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's going to be a big portion of our job in the next few years. We want to double our revenue and our targets over the next 3 years.
Wow.
So that's very, very aggressive. By 2020, we want to have basically our business doubled. So we're looking at expanding to our West Coast territories as well. So it's been very busy looking at hiring people.
Have you gone to Germany recently?
I was in Germany, just this past October. Went to the K show, which is the largest plastic show in the world. It's in Dusseldorf, Germany. And have a lot of customers there. We had a nice booth there as well. And we got a lot of visits from customers. A lot of our customers displayed our components on their booths as well, which was very nice, and got a lot of contacts, a lot of leads, where we hope to expand the business in that plastics packaging territory. That's just one industry that we're involved in out of many, many, where we have our rotary joints. And also had some major meetings within our corporate headquarters with some new technologies that are coming out, patented technologies in the machine tool business, which we think will be a game changer in an $85 billion industry for the machine tool industry. So we are working closely with another company there that has a key patent for which we're developing products, and hopefully grow that business as well.
Alan, what are you seeing out there relative to what you do? Are people making the same mistakes all over again? Are people learning a little bit? I mean, what's the deal?
Yes, and so I will tell you this. What is refreshing to hear from a CEO is the word culture. Because there are still CEOs out there, there are still senior executives there that still haven't figured out that that culture eats strategy for breakfast. That's a Drucker quote, I believe. And so the idea, and you can duplicate a product, you can't duplicate the people and the culture. Ultimately, isn't that the competitive advantage as to why I would want to do business with you, if your widget versus that widget versus that widget?
Sure.
So the idea that there's still senior executives that don't get it,
That's amazing to me, because we just finished a round of end-of-year discussions at the bank, and one of the things that came up was from just about everybody is how much they appreciated the culture at the bank.
Yeah.
And what I said in return was, it's good to see. It's good to have really good people. And we had the discussion at the beginning of the year when we had some people leave, and I said, from here on out, I'm just going to bring in really good people, and it'll just go from there. And that's exactly what's happened. Everybody started to come together. And
it's interesting, though, when you say good people. See, so the business that I'm in, the business of behavior, what we try to do is take as much subjectivity out of the exercise as possible. So, in our world, like what's collaborative to you and what's collaborative to someone else might be two different things, and
good is relative.
So good is relative. So
depending on the culture.
Yeah. So you can. So like defining. I think one of the most powerful things that any entrepreneur or any business owner can do is actually bring clarity to what is good. Actually, what does great look like, and take the subjectivity out of it. It makes things a whole lot easier and a whole lot more efficient. The other thing, it sounds like at the bank, you've created a place where people want to be. And if you do that, people don't want to leave. And then people want to come work there. And so all of a sudden that employee engagement problem kind of disappears. And all of a sudden that retention problem kind of disappears because you just invest in the right work. But I would also suggest you have leaders like this gentleman here who are actually, it's on their radar. And he said something also very important, which, not only did I hear culture, you also mentioned, working hard to help people succeed.
Team building.
Yeah, but I think that's even a bigger idea than team building, like helping people succeed. There's a gentleman, a guy named Dwayne Cummings, who's been a great resource for me. He's the CEO of an organization called LeaderCast, and he says CEO stands for constantly elevating others. And I'm like, man, that's cool.
That's what it's all about.
That is what it's all about,
Well, I had that discussion about 6 months ago with yours truly about what my particular job here is on this nice, beautiful world that we live in. And it's actually very simple. We're called to help people.
Yeah.
That's it.
Imagine that. Pretty
That's
simple,
it.
isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You know, we all have a unique set of skills, and we need to bring those skills to bear and help other people.
Yeah.
And, you know, and a lot of times we try to complicate it.
Mm-hmm.
We try to complicate what we're supposed to do. Maybe we're not supposed to do this or supposed to do that. But just forget about yourself and try to help somebody else.
Yeah, it's an important idea. You know, there's a big difference between a leader and a manager, right? I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, leading is leading by example for me, managing by objectives. As you say, helping people to succeed. When you help others, it automatically helps you.
Oh yeah.
And you know, one man can only know so much. You surround yourself with people who really know their line of business well, and you just lead by example and help them to succeed, and they'll support you.
Oh yeah.
And people don't like to see talk; they like to see action.
Man of action.
Well,
yes.
hopefully.
Yeah,
One of the
hopefully.
best leaders I've ever been around, and was my dad. But he never talked about it. He was just himself, which was the embodiment of a real servant attitude. He didn't even have to talk about it, but everybody knew it.
Yeah.
So, and you have to live it. You just have to live it, or people are going to look at it and go, "Man, you're false."
We call that walking the walk. You know, it's when you talk about living it. Also, you know, with the work that we do, I was just sitting in someone's office in Silicon Valley last Friday talking about this very thing. You know, vision, mission, values type stuff, and sometimes people roll their eyes at it because in most organizations it doesn't really mean much, and it's because they're not really held to that standard, and people don't really believe it. And when you bring someone into the organization, it's like, here's this thing that hangs on the wall that no one pays any attention to, and so that causes a lot of dissonance, the opposite of harmony, and creates.
The other thing we went over this year toward the end, because I really, when I see a company advertise themselves, and then for whatever reason I find that their advertising is different than the way they really are, it just flies all over me. And so I was reading this flyer that we produced, and I'm going, are we really like this? And some of the time we are, but some of the time we're not. So we're working through all of that to make sure we are who we say we are.
That's like getting the record and then seeing the band live and they just suck. You know, I mean, it's like, oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Right. So what does it look like for next year, Alan? I mean, things growing, things moving?
Growth, and manage. You know, managing growth, which, you know, and people will say, oh man, what a nice problem to have. Man, that keeps me up at night as much as how are we going to get revenue in the door.
Sure.
It's just a different set. While maybe it's better, it can be quite maddening. You know, it's like you feel like we're on, like the smoke is out of the box, and I'm on this bucking bronco and trying to do everything in the world to like establish the sound so we don't fall apart as we grow.
And you're seeing, you said doubling in 3 years?
Yeah,
Did I
and
catch
by
that
2020, yes, we want to double our business from last year. And the way we're doing that is multiple fold. Number one, we're doing major market intelligence in various industries to really understand the industry. So each one of our sales engineers is taking the task to look at various industries, which they'll present back to me in January. We have a major sales meeting in February where we'll discuss the strategy of how to attack those industries and see what we can do, getting the top 20 customers, top 20 resellers. We're looking at a lot of OEMs, original equipment manufacturers, to build relationships here in this country. We have quite a bit of market share in Germany because we are a German-based company. Our headquarters are in Heidenheim, Germany, between Stuttgart and Munich. So here we're in Atlanta, and we really want to grow the business here with OEMs and with end users and resellers or distributors. Another plan of attack is to do a lot of training with our salespeople so they know our product inside and out. We use something called Reference USA. You may be familiar with that. It's basically targeting industries, targeting companies out there where we can really dig in and find out who's who, knowing our competition.
Because there's one, I think you're on the right track, because good salesman is the one that solves the problem. You can't solve the problem unless you know what's going on the other side.
Yep. And then tools.
And
is the other thing, giving them the proper tools, together with the environment that we talked about.
Right.
Building these sales engineers,
so,
building
Alan,
culture.
how do you deliver your product? Is it project within a client for a while, or is it presentation?
So we have basically three different buyers, right? So we got someone who's doing a sales conference and says, "Man, we need to align our people, and we need something." It can be team building-esque, or it can be more involved, but that's really how we started, right? Going into corporate America and writing songs and teaching people how to work together more efficiently. Then we developed diagnostics and assessments that measure collaboration on an individual and team and organizational level. So then one buyer's, training and learning and development professionals, and then the third part is, people like yourself, anyone who's running a business or really owns the result and wants to optimize their people and get and increase productivity and efficiency and get from point A to point B the fastest. And it's interesting. You mentioned the sales thing. I have a pretty simple idea for I still do most of the selling for us, and every time I sit down, it's two things that I'm hoping that get accomplished. One is I want to understand if and how I can help. That's first, and help doesn't mean that I'm the solution. If I'm gonna get on the phone with somebody or sit in front of someone, like, I'm here to help you, whether we're it or not. Sometimes people don't believe that until they believe it, right? So I have no problem turning away business, as much as that sounds crazy, because we never want to not be the right thing. But then the other thing is, because of the really freakishly unique nature of our offering, helping to make sure that someone who's sitting in front of us really understands what's possible. There's what they see the music thing and they go, oh, well, they're team building, or it's this, or it's kitschy. They don't actually understand. We're rock stars, behaviorists, and strategists, and we transform organizations. And so it's like, we work with everyone from NASA to Cisco and Microsoft and these global brands. Right. We started more simply, but so that kind of, how do you get someone to, open up their mind to what's possible, I think.
Well, a recurring guest we have on the show, Mr. Philip Saxton, was one of the original IBM Big Blue salesmen, back in the heavy metal days when they were selling all the big, and they were just a rock star, using your word, sales company, real professional, and he would teach them. So he would teach the best way to get into a sale is to just help somebody. And I see that all the time. I push back when someone comes in to sell me, and we spend the first 15 minutes them telling me about themselves.
Yeah. Man.
Listen, I know about you because that's why I got you in. Yeah. So we don't need to go through all that.
I lost a lot of deals early on running my mouth. Now I just sit down, I zip it up.
It's all about listening. The more you listen and the more you find a problem that your customer or client has, and you solve that problem for them, you have a friend for life. I always say that. It's inevitable.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, listen, enough business, huh? How long have we
See, now that was
already?
fun for me, man. See,
it was totally fun.
I know that's fun.
I was slept on and crashed on people's floors and hundreds of thousand miles in vans and all that stuff. So, like, when I get to talk about this stuff, this is fun.
Well,
now we're going to elevate the fun.
I have found that I can never get away from my music, and I think that's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
And I was going to react when you said you retired from music. I think I talked about in the last show, you can't do that.
It was in remission.
Right, yeah. It's always there.
It was in remission.
It's always there. So.
It never goes away.
No.
So I was talking to, I went to one of these open mic songwriter things, and I was talking to a guy, and he looked at me, and I said, well, how long are you going to keep writing or something like that? And he says, I just can't stop, I guess, till I die. I don't know. So anyway. Well, why don't we play a little music?
All right.
Okay. Good.
I like it.
Well, Alan, given that you're the star,
No.
Yes, sir.
No. Wait, that means I just played more dives than you guys. Is that what you're calling a star?
this is unplanned, unrehearsed. We did decide before the show that Alan would go first, and I think we've got some other tunes we'll throw in. So let's start.
Okay. So am I playing an original, a cover? What do you want to?
Well, let's do that.
The one we
Stone
were looking.
song.
Okay. Yeah. All right. For all you Beatles fans, this is a song by the Stones. I saw her today at the reception, a glass of wine in her hands. Is gonna meet her connection. At her feet was a footloose man. You can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. But if you try sometime, you might find you get what you need.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Holiday edition style. I went down to the demonstration to get my fair share of abuse. Gonna vent some frustration. If we don't, we're gonna blow a 50 amp fuse. You can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. If you try sometime, you might find you get what you need. Oh man. Woo!
All right. How we end this?
Hold on. Well, there's one more verse.
Okay.
Oh wait. Hey, a little harmonica. There's that. You can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. If you try sometimes, you might find you get what you need. Yeah. You get what you need. Yeah. You can't always get what you want.
One of my heroes.
All right. Well done. Hey, well done, man. Well done. Well done.
All right.
Well
all right,
done.
all
Bring it
right.
on in here, man.
Okay.
All right. Happy Wednesday.
All right. My turn.
Sure.
Was I nominated? Well, one of the things I used to do, and I wish I could do it again, and maybe with this crowd, we can do it again. But I used to go into prisons and sing, and I always did a Christmas show. And one of the songs that I did was a blues song that John Popper did with Eric Clapton called Christmas Blues.
Cool.
So it's just a EAB song, and you get to play the harmonica.
Got an A harmonica?
Oh,
so
man, you
we'll
guys
make it
came
work.
prepared.
So here we go. Well, it's Christmas, everybody, and I'm crying from my heart. Well, it's Christmas, everybody, and it's raining in my heart. Well, you know I love you, baby. Why don't you tell me why we must be apart? Well, you told me New Year's Eve we'd be together Christmas time. Yeah, you told me New Year's Eve we'd be together Christmas time. Well, it's Christmas Eve, my baby. Will you be here when the bells begin to chime? All right, Rob. Well, what's life? Hold it. Well, what's turkey without the gravy? And who's old Santa without his sleigh? And what's pie without the pecans? And a little ice cream on the side. Well, you know I love you, baby. Will you be here when the bells begin to chime? Hold on, we'll get to the end of it. Here we go.
All right.
Cool.
There we go. All right, Rob, what do you want to do?
I just heard a song today that I just like. It's called Lean on Me. You ever heard it? No, Bill Withers.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. You've heard
Maybe
this
we can
song
do that?
before.
Sure, I just heard it again today.
Oh, okay.
We were doing inventory today, and we
What are
just
we
had the
doing
music
here?
on.
Nothing says inventory like lean
I'll-
on me.
I'll do it in E.
Okay.
That's
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there is always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. So please swallow your pride. If I have things you need to borrow, for no one can fill those of your needs that you don't let show. So you just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'd understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Anybody want to take it? Here we go. If there is a load you have to bear that you can carry,
I got one.
Right up the road, I'll share your load. If you just call me, yeah, you just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'd understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. It won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Lean on me. Lean on me, yeah, yeah, oh yeah. Lean on, everybody now, lean on. Come on now, lean on, lean on. Last time now, lean on.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. All right, all right.
Your turn.
I'm trying to think. I don't know that many covers, man.
Something original?
Well, yeah, but there's original songs are always hard to follow along. Hold on. So usually, on a good night, I've got my wife sitting in the crowd, and I go, "Babe, what songs do I know? Oh, play this one. Oh yeah. Hold on, let me think about this.
How about something like this here? Feel the Birds, you know that one?
I don't, but go ahead and anything you guys want to play, man. I'll jump in.
Play something?
Yeah, I'll do this one. This is a really traditional Christmas song, but I've been singing it, I figured, since I was 7 years old, because I sang in a lot of boy choirs, and then always sang it. And then when my children were born, it's a Christmas song we sang. I used to sing them to sleep with it, and just love the song.
That means you're either really good or really bad.
Well,
I'm just kidding with you,
my
man.
children have very good voices, so I'll just let you go from
There's
there.
that subjective word. Good voice.
There you go. Oh, holy night, the sky is brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. go do something.
Do something? Yeah. Okay. So, trying to think of covers. Other covers.
Oh, why don't we do Brown Eyed Girl?
Oh man. Yeah. So I didn't mean to be, so no offense to anybody who's a Van Morrison fan or anything of the sort, but there's three songs that I vowed to never ever play in my music career. One was Brown Eyed Girl, one was Amy by Pure Prairie League, and the other was Margaritaville by Jimmy Buffett. Now, they're all tremendous. I'm a songwriter. I love the songs. They're tremendous. But, if I had a dime for every time I went in and I heard a bar band playing those songs, and I just sort of drew this line. And I would refuse large bills. People would say, "Come on, play it." I'm like, "Yeah, no."
He as a bird man.
You can play some.
Well, this bird you cannot change.
That's my hometown band, Jacksonville, Florida.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I remember playing the Freebird Cafe out at Jack's Beach one time, and settling out at the end of the evening with Ronnie. I can't remember her name, but it was Ronnie Van Zant's widow.
Ooh.
And as I'm sitting there, just going through this mundane task of like, I'm just the band guy getting paid, but I'm like, man, what her journey has been, crazy.
Well, I guess you can't make fun of that song in front of her.
No. I will tell you this also. I had the privilege of playing the Fox years ago.
Well, were you the main line?
No. We were playing with a band called Collective Soul and a guy named Lenny Kravitz.
Well, I know Collective Soul and Lenny Kravitz.
And all I could help, but when I stood on that stage, was play it pretty for Atlanta.
There you go.
I mean, I was a Jacksonville boy on that cool stage, You know this one?
I think so.
You know this one? Turn on the radio, talk about revolution. It's already passed her by. Bob Dylan used to sing about it. Feels good to be alive. I was live and I waited. I was live and I waited for this. Right here, right now. There is no other place I wanna be. Right here, right now. Watching the world wake up from history. Want to take some? Yeah. G. Pretty close. I was alive and I waited. I was alive and I waited for this. Right here, right now. There is no other place I wanna be. Right here, right now. Watching the world wake up from history. Right here, right now. There is no other place I wanna be. Right here, right now. Watching the world wake up from history.
Who sang that?
Wow. Cool.
Jesus Jones.
Yeah.
That's going to the way back, the obscure meter. You guys follow along great. Yeah, that was, hey, watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat. There it is.
We only got time for a couple more, so let me. We did this the last time.
I
we
remember
played
it. Yep.
Okay.
Sure.
Here's a neat cover. Rolling Stones cover.
Okay.
Well, I told you once and I told Well, sorry, girl, but I can't stay. Feeling like I do today. There's just too much pain and too much sorrow. I might feel the same tomorrow. This could be the last time. This could be the last time. Maybe the last time. I don't know. Last time, baby, the last time, you know. Last time, baby, the last time, you know. This could be the last time. This could be the last time. Maybe the last time. I don't know.
All right.
Nice.
All right,
Here's
your
one.
turn, and then we gotta stop. I gotta be somewhere at 4:30.
This is in memory of Bob Marley.
Oh yeah.
Don't worry about a thing. It's all an A. D. 'Cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Singing, don't worry about a thing. No, don't you worry now. 'Cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Yeah, 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 yeah. Rise up in the morning, smile at the rising sun. The three little birds pitch by my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true. Singing, this is my message to you. So don't you worry about a thing. No, don't you worry now. 'Cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't you worry now. Don't you worry about a thing. No, don't you worry. 'Cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Rise up in the morning, smile at the rising sun. Yeah, yeah. The three little birds pitch by my doorstep, oh, swinging sweet songs of melodies pure and sweet. Singing, this is my message to you. So don't worry
Don't worry.
about a thing. Go ahead, take it away. So don't you worry about a thing. No, don't you worry now. 'Cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Yeah, 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 last time no. So don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry. Ready? 'Cause every little thing is gonna be alright.
There we go.
My wife's nickname is Rita for Rita Marley.
Oh, there
Oh,
you go.
Oh yeah. All right.
All right, guys. Thank you all for being here. And again, we're selling. This is the holiday show of On the Money, and we've got to call it to an end. But we'll do it. Hey, next year,
Yes.
2 weeks before Christmas, we'll make it a deal.
I love
Anyway, okay. Well, Alan, any last words for everybody?
Be good to each other. You don't. It doesn't have to only be the holiday season to be good to each other.
Make it Christmas every day, right?
There it is.
Okay, Rob.
Plan like you're gonna live forever, and live like you're gonna die today. And just look forward to celebrating the holidays here this Christmas and New Year's, and looking forward to a healthy, wealthy, and successful 2017 for everybody.
And thank you, Rob. And I want to thank Mike and the crew here at Business Radio X. We've had a great year.
Yes.
Had a great year. 150,000 listeners now will watch this show, maybe even more, because now you've got a big national following, I understand, Rob.
I had a couple guys see the last Radio X we did, and had a couple of people out of Chicago and out of elsewhere in the country contact me.
There you go. Well, anyway, this has been the holiday show of On the Money, the #1 small business show on Business Radio X, presented by Embassy National Bank. And I hope you saw that CEOs and leaders of this wonderful economy that we work in can also play music.
Amen.
Yes.
There you go.
Rock on.
Don't ever lose your hobbies. Keep them visible and keep them active. So anyway, this is Joe, and Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we'll see you next year.